'cause I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dementia and Co. and our podcast, Enjoying Life with Dementia. I'm Jamie. This is Allison. And we're really happy to have our very dear friend, Sally, with us. Thank you, Sally, for sharing this time and also generously going to share your stories with us. You have already
Yeah.
shared quite a bit at the Dementia Collab meeting last month, and I thank you for that again. And it was so important for you to be there to tell people about the real experiences that happens, especially at home, because outside people don't see as much of that. For people living with behavioral changes. And that is something that many people do not expect because people keep thinking of dementia only as Alzheimer's. And many of
Mm.
us have, different kind of experiences that are not so obvious. And when people hear somebody shouting outside, they think, okay, so this is dementia, they are mad or crazy, but they're not. Yeah. We well know that many people with dementia still have a very good mind, very good heart, and want to live a regular life. So, Sally, before we kick off, can you tell us more about Sally and her family? Who is Sally?
As for me, okay, I am 62 years old, and I'm actually the eldest of 9 siblings. Me being the eldest of the family, it's just like 8 daughters and 1 son. So my dad is the sole breadwinner. So raising 9 children is quite hard for just a government employee. I grew up in a religious neighborhood whereby our house is just located at the back of the church. I was educated in a Catholic school from grade school to until university. Actually, growing up with a priest and nuns, it has shaped me to whatever I have like beliefs, a strong faith in my God. Now with my husband's situation and all, I think with my faith in God, I become like stronger and have accepted this situation.
We also know you as a very kind and caring person for other people as well. So now we know also, your upbringing has a lot to do with it. Plus, you're
Yeah.
singing because you're also in our choir group. Which, yeah, wow. You mentioned about your husband's situation. Can you
Yeah.
introduce your husband?
Okay, Dan is actually same age as me. He is also 62 years old. He is electrical engineer by profession, but end up being a um, applications consultant. Into the IT industry. He didn't practice or work as an engineer, but rather because I think when he was working in the Philippines in the Texas Instruments, he got interested in computers. With that interest, he started to study programming, where it has actually paved him the path to his being an IT consultant. It's just like a destiny for us to come to Singapore. I would describe him as a very, very responsible person, whereby he is very cautious in every decisions he has to make. He's a family man, so in any decisions he makes, he take into consideration what it is like with his family. His family, us. He always think of what he can provide us, of how he can protect us. He is a very loving man.
Right, a husband and a father. That's wonderful. And
Yes.
how did you notice that something was not correct, or did you notice, or did he notice?
I'm not sure uh, whether he knows. I think he would know, but it's just that he's maybe in denial. That would be my observation, because he didn't really talk to me. Maybe he knows, but it's just that I'm not aware that he knows, because he doesn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it. It's only when I have this observations that was I think maybe last December, the other December, my sister's family was here with us during the Christmas, and it's just like we were having a happy time together. And after which our children having their good times and all, laughing, exchanging jokes and all, and they were so noisy. He suddenly had that kind of outburst. He got angry, and then my children were surprised, and that my nieces like quickly had to go back home. Eventually, I think as the months go by, I observed that when talking with some friends, with some of our friends, he will keep repeating on some questions, maybe around 5 times. And aside from that, he's more to himself. Maybe he's kind of a depressed or what. I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is actually a very private person. He does open up to me, but in certain things maybe that he can express, or maybe he doesn't have any person to talk to. So that's the only time he will open up. If only I had learned on these symptoms earlier, then maybe I should have seek help.
Yeah, but you didn't know, of course.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And so how did the children take it when he had, like unusual emotional changes, or that he got angry?
At first, it was like more to a confusion because, I mean, for us, we have very limited information regarding about dementia. So I think we can consider as a sort of zero knowledge on this kind of condition. When the doctor seems like to insinuate, because only early this year that we learned about the diagnosis that he already have a dementia. Earlier on, it was just like I don't know, it's just like an insinuation that he's going into to dementia. I mean, we are all like in confusion. We don't know how to cope with it. So for me myself, I just have the internet where I can search more information, details regarding dementia. I'm only left to rationalize in my own terms. I don't have any help. I don't have any person to help me understand more about it, to handle those like behavioral changes. So
Important to tell us that, Sally, because many people, when they're faced with this situation, is exactly the same. So like at this juncture, we can also inform people listening that you can always contact Dementia Singapore. You can contact AIC or write to us at Dementia & Co. for more information, or at least somebody to speak with and to discuss, further as to whether or not it is or it is not dementia, or it can be something else. Thank you for
we thought
mentioning
it's just
that.
like we thought it's just like a depression, something like that.
Yes,
Because
Yeah.
after his second heart attack, he wasn't working anymore. So maybe he went into depression because he's no longer the provider, and I think he developed like more into his inferiority complex because he's no longer providing. I would think that it made him fall into depression because it's something like he cannot accept this kind of situation that he's no longer can provide
It's
for us.
extremely hard. Yeah, extremely hard, especially for a man. So just let me go back a little bit. You mentioned about the diagnosis coming early this year, and then the family noticed the change in December. Is it 2021 or is it 2022? So it would have been like maybe 2 years ago or last year.
2021, I think.
Yeah, so 2021, you had a whole year of wondering what is happening.
We're guessing here and there what is happening to him.
And nearly 2 years wondering what else.
That's a
is
very
there.
long time
Yeah,
to be not sure.
yeah.
In this disease.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
I
it is
mean,
now.
it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
If,
So can I
uh,
go back to the heart attack? You mentioned that he has a second heart attack. So
Yes.
when did he have the first heart attack?
I think the first heart attack, that one is in, I think, August 2016. So,
And then
yeah,
it happened again in 2021?
February 2020.
Oh, in February 2020. Okay.
The second heart attack was like kind of a very severe, because on the way to the hospital, when I was in the ambulance, they say that his heart stopped for 1 minute, so they have to revive him. And then during this process, they say I think it affected a part of his
Yeah.
brain. Yeah, the diagnosis that came up this year is hypoxic ischemic encephalitis due to his
Lack of
severe
oxygen
heart
going
attack.
to the brain.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
I'm not sure whether it's a similar to vascular dementia, but they didn't mention if it's vascular.
It
But
is.
often, I mean, the effect on that part of the brain is that, you know, it's whether it's a cause of
Yeah.
like oxygen starvation or whatever else. If that part
Yes,
of the
yes.
brain is affected, it's going to impact the behavior in a similar way.
Yes, but also like you mentioned, it's so difficult for a man who's so caring for the family and all of a sudden
Yeah.
find that he is no longer able to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
Just to let the audience know that you have three grown-up sons who are already working independent.
Yeah,
But
and
even then, yeah, as a father and as a husband, and being such a person, he still wants to be the person providing for the
Yeah.
family.
and I think he really can't accept the fact that the children is now providing, because he always say, I'm now useless.
Yes.
He always say useless. So every time he says he's useless, it's really hurts me, because I wouldn't want him to feel that way. And I don't know how to help him elevate that kind of feeling of his. And
And-
if I see him losing his executive cognitive function, it also saddens me, because it's just like he's slowly like going down.
Can you elaborate a
Um,
bit more on his executive command?
There was a certain situation last time that he likes to fix things, actually.
Yes.
Do repairs, but there was a time, I think we went to attend a birthday party of my sister's grandson. They were together, and then the grandson asked him to assemble the toy. I think it's a
Right.
car. Then after that, I saw him like having difficulty in doing. I mean, it's just like a very simple kind of assembly, and then he can't do it anymore.
Mhm.
And then now, like certain things like simple sequence in dressing up, right? Like wearing your let's say if coming from the bathroom, having a bath, putting in your underwears, and then
Yeah.
after that the shorts. Yeah, after the shorts, and then your shirt. But sometimes the sequencing is like all gone wrong.
And has
So
that
this-
only happened recently in the recent months, or it has been
yeah,
for
yeah,
a
I
while?
think this month from I think maybe mid of this year. And then he loves to read a lot.
Yes.
Now I think he stopped reading, maybe because this one is just like my kind of observation and my kind of analysis. Maybe he stopped reading because maybe when he reads some articles, he can't remember, or he just keep repeating, and he
Right.
doesn't understand anymore.
I used to love to read, and we just came back from our holidays.
Yeah.
And we used to read a lot. We will bring 4, 5, 6 books, and all of us would circulate.
Yeah. I pass the book when she's done, I'll take it and then we'll switch books.
Yeah, and I will always have a book around, reading in the day, reading in the evening. After I was diagnosed, I was still reading and I was writing a lot. But then, for the last at least 4 years,
Yeah.
I haven't read anything. Even I feel so ashamed when a good friend of ours, William Van Gogh, who sent us a book which I have been asking to be written for, like more than 10 years, and it was finally written about
Joe Bonger.
Joe Bonger, Van Gogh. And he sent it to us immediately, and I couldn't read it. I felt so ashamed. And I was trying to understand also why I can't read. It is partly because I get tired very easily when I'm looking at words. I read all the news on my phone right now, but I love to use the book, but I cannot.
Mhm.
I just cannot. So different people are different. Some other people is because of the eyes. Some other people are because of the physical. And for me, maybe I think it's fatigue. I don't even know. But I think the most important thing is you are so observant,
Yeah.
Sally, to be able to recognize the
I
reading,
think
to
that's
be
the
able to
only
recognize.
that's the only thing I can do. So
Yeah,
I would know
yeah.
how to handle the situation. I'm like a reading drink through his mind and all.
Can I ask, actually, since you mentioned that, what are the ways that you have started to handle those situations that you've noticed? Like, are there any particular
Okay.
strategies that you have that
You can share.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say he had some outbursts, like sudden outbursts and all. So at first, I will just try to ask him what's happening to him, what's wrong, how can I help him? Let's say if he tells me this and that, then I will try to let's say if he got something like he didn't like my maybe a son of mine has has done something or has spoken something that he didn't like, then I have to talk to my son and let him understand, and then maybe just go to his dad to maybe just understand him. If he doesn't want me to what do you call this, help him, then I'll just let him be himself until he talks to me again.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like let him be by himself, let him do what he wants and all. And then later on he will come forward and ask me,
Right.
and it's just like
Never happened.
it never happened. Something yeah, he will just try to, you see this one,
Yes.
you like
Yes.
this, he will just offer me something, to it's just like nothing has happened.
The other thing that I observed is also like a couple of weeks ago when he said to me, I will make this for you. And I felt so great. And I now understand even better because he likes to make things, right? And he's so proud of
Yeah.
the things that he makes. I guess he is still the person he is and still wants
Yeah,
to
Give
things to other
things to
people.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that he's no longer as the same person as last time. But I think I'm also wrong to put it that way, because once in a while he surprises me that he's still the same person that because last time he always like put me to bed first before he do his whatever computer thing. He actually sleeps later than me, something like that. So it's just like, it doesn't, it sometimes it's just like in the morning I was supposed to wake up, get up, but it's just like he tried to bring back the what is the bed cover, let me sleep again. Having this kind of like feeling again is just like, oh, so he still have that kind of
Yes.
feelings towards me, the caring what do you call this trait for me. And going out also, because he's a very protective person. When crossing the street and all, last time he would just like try to protect me by, because I'm a very what do you call this, careless person also. So I'm not minding my left and right, and also he will just like, oh, you have to and stop me to cross. He still have that trait actually.
And that's something we forget, right? That the loving person is still there. The care that he wants
Yeah.
to provide is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, very much actually, very much.
So on this journey itself, how do people support you? Or are people supporting you?
It's a good question.
Okay. Children wise, I think they're very supportive of me. They're actually very concerned of me. They try to advise me to take care of myself,
Yes.
to be healthy. Maybe because I'm the most closest person to their dad. Because now it's just like there's a wall between them. Because maybe of his, as I've said, inferiority complex. Because they're now providing for us. So my children have that. I have that kind of support. So I'm thankful. And aside from that, for friends wise, I think friends, I got only few friends, and then maybe friends in the Philippines. I would say that they don't know this. This situation I'm in right now, and I think I would prefer that as it I just maybe tell them when it comes. When they observe something, and then I thought that I wouldn't be the first one to tell them. If they would understand my situation, then I'm thankful. If not, then what can I do? I cannot also judge them, because I mean for persons or for individuals that they're not aware. Just like me, they don't fully understand what is dementia is. Of course, I think they have a different perception, different what do you call this, feelings towards you. So I don't think I can judge them also. For my friends and all, I think I got only two persons where I have opened up, and they understand, and they try to support me also, and they try to give me some encouraging words. One friend actually told me, so we just actually see each other like once in a while. So with this good friend of mine, we were like talking, and also I opened up with him that Dan is like this and all. Then he was just like, "Ah, yeah, just let it be lah. I think God is testing you." She was saying, because Dan love you very much. He has provided you with good life. She was telling me, and then maybe this is a test for you also, on how strong you are, to handle this kind of a situation. Something she told me like that. So I said, "Oh yeah."
How do you feel?
Yeah,
How did you feel when she said that?
I think because of I'm already like a part of your family, right? The YOD and all.
Yes.
So being during the Friday session, every Friday session with you all, with our family and all, I've already I think have accepted, and I have shared my challenges and all. So I have actually in a way have been, should I say, relieved.
Because you know that other people are in also the same situation. And yeah.
Yeah, it's something like I have a family that supports me. I mean, the Young Onset Dementia Club, whereby
Right.
we have some friends that became as a family, because we share the same common what do you call this, situation, whereby we can exchange our experiences. We can actually outpour whatever emotions that we have. So I think with you, I mean, thank you. I think I would consider you as my guardian angel, Alison, because without your, should I say this, your program, this club, yeah, I would still be like out there, confused, not knowing what to do, and still maybe struggling, and maybe mixed emotions of not release, of not having it open up, and then maybe I wouldn't know, maybe my health has to suffer, but now I think with the family, with our family, with the IOD and all, I think I have grown to be comfortable, to be sharing and outpouring whatever emotions that I have, and the sadness and hurting emotions is, I think it has subsided. So I'm more into a stage whereby I have accepted whatever situations I have now, and I have to face it. I have to face it I mean, that I have a difficult road ahead of me, journey and all. With this in mind, I have you, I have the group, I have the family that that would help me, take care of me, give me support, and whatever that happens in the coming days, coming struggles.
So I have to add, Sally, that you are also supporting so many people. And that's something to remember, that with our family, like you say, it is tremendous because each of us are supporting the other person. And as you can see, the family grows, not just at the YOD club, which is really nice. And that's why we have so many different forums that we also put together. Like at the Christmas party, we couldn't have everybody, so we have maybe 1/3 or 1/4 of the people, but it's already such a nice mix, right? And people watching you have the courage to take Dan out, and seeing Dan having a good time and communicating maybe bits and pieces with Dan also encourage them to also bring their loved ones out and to be able to enjoy. And I feel that when you were saying the word comfortable, you were not comfortable saying it, but I am proud, and we all have to say it comfortably, because why should we not be comfortable? Just because I have dementia, it doesn't take away my right to be comfortable. And just because you're a care partner, you cannot have a life. No, you have to have a good life. Why can we not have a good life? And I think that's the message that
good life
our
together with
family,
you.
yes, good life together with him and with your children, and still enjoy And that's why when we use the term enjoying life with dementia, people are like, are you crazy? How can I
Yeah.
enjoy? Or how can you still be enjoying? No, we have to enjoy
That's the
because we
key.
are here.
Yeah.
And I can enjoy because Jamie is here. And she can enjoy because I am here and I dare to enjoy. So thank you for using the term, and still can you say, yes, let's say it.
Life is short. I came across this, I don't know, it's a quote or whatever. They say life is short, time is so fast. There's no rewind, there's no replay. So I
Yes.
think we got just we have only one choice but to enjoy the moment, create
Yeah.
and make memories until it lasts.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Enjoy it
Yes.
until it
Yeah.
lasts. Something
Yes,
like that.
yes.
And I do want to say that, your relationship with Dan when we're out is very sweet and very fun for us to see. Like, you guys are such fun people.
Yes.
So it actually makes it more fun
Yeah.
to be there as well.
Yeah.
Both individually and like as a pair. You guys are very
And you see what happened when we had the association for stroke patients.
Yes.
When we sang to them, it was wonderful. So you know what's happening? We are going to also continue to sing with them and get them involved with the dementia and co-tea dances. So look what you've done. You know, we've gone out there and sang and danced, and other people who are in other situations, very challenging situation, also suddenly say, hey, hello. See, remember when the people were telling us, oh, I cannot move because I'm in a wheelchair. And then what happened? They were all dancing, and some even stood up, right? So we can also support so many other people.
Yeah.
We are still very useful out there. So thank you very, very much. So on the journey itself, were there experiences that you had from the society which were not so pleasant?
I think so far, in Singapore, I would say that Singapore is a very supportive society, whereby now they are raising more awareness about dementia. I think, in my opinion, it's all up to the individual, because even if the society makes an effort on awareness on dementia, but I think it depends on each individual person, because this one, it is like up to a person's upbringing, maybe intelligence, knowledge, and all. Even if the government try to let people know, understand dementia, and to be like more tolerable to those like persons with dementia, but some people, maybe because of their own understanding, it seems like they wouldn't care because it didn't happen to them. It's just because of their very busy working and all for their livelihood. So I would say that certain people is not really that open to embrace, to understand people with dementia. Then whereby the government is doing their part to raise awareness, then it's just like, with although they are aware or not, it all depends on the people's personality, whether
Yes.
they would care or they'll
Right.
just ignore. I mean, that's what what I wanted to
No,
say.
I think that's a
Yeah.
very important point as well. Like now we have quite a lot of information going out, and Dementia Singapore
Yeah.
is doing a lot.
Yeah.
AIC is doing a lot, and there are a lot more
Yes.
programs that the government has have launched, and in fact they have increased the budget tremendously. But it is up to the individual, and the problem, like you mentioned, is people think that it will never happen to them. You know exactly what you're saying, right? They never think this should be a concern of theirs. But the numbers are increasing like crazy. 1 in 10 of Singaporeans over 60 are already diagnosed with dementia, and there are many more who are not diagnosed. So people don't think of it. And at this point, maybe I also mention again that the youngest person diagnosed is 19 years old. So people listening, please be aware that this is not an old age disease.
Yeah.
This is an issue for everybody, however clever, however smart, however rich you are, it does not
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
And
Anyone can
so
be afflicted.
yes,
Definitely.
yes. And also, when we have our tea dances and meeting all the people, the key thing I want to say is be thankful when you meet a person with dementia. And when you meet 2 or 3 people with dementia, you better go by lottery because you do not get a chance to meet so many people that we bring to you, and also that you can learn the various type of dementia and have the people who are really on the journey to explain to you exactly what is happening, like Sally, yourself, and then we had Serene and Kim Han and Xiang Ling and Chui Feng. I think, you guys are so generous to share your journey, not just the experiences that you have, but also the things that are hidden, the emotion which are so important.
I did want to ask actually, because you actually mentioned earlier that your sons, I think, had asked you to take care of yourself and be more like careful for yourself. What are the ways that you found to do that? Like, do you manage to get time out for yourself, have your me time, or is that something that you have to kind of maneuver a bit?
Okay. Me time is just like maybe 10%. Actually, I would say that now it's like a twinning time. Twinning time is just because I'm always with him. Let's say if he wanted to go out, like just like wanted to go out, then I really have to make a quick dress up and all. I have to go out with him. Or if he would like to sing, dance, and all, then of course I have to do it with him. So it's like most of the time, I'm with him. I was like terming it's just like a twinning. We're like twins. I wouldn't put it as in a negative way that it's something like I'm chained because like I can't do much for myself. There's no respite. I wouldn't see it as in a negative because I would like it to be more on a positive side. It's because I think if using the word chain, then it's just like I'm not happy to take care of him. I would rather use the word twinning or maybe what a couple.
Say it's a beautiful term, Sally.
Yeah,
Sally,
yes.
if I have your permission to use it too, twinning is
Twinning,
such a
I love that
beautiful
so
term.
much.
For me now, I thought that this is the time that I can show my love for him. In return, I can show also my deep love for him by caring with his kind of situation now. To embrace whatever is happening now. So just maybe create memories, beautiful and meaningful memories with him. I mean, we'll never know when is the last moment, and I wouldn't want to have regrets. So
Mhm.
what I feel right now is one day at a time. Whatever difficult challenges, I think I'm strong enough. I'm strong enough to cope with it, to handle it, because I think one thing that making me strong is I have that love for him. This is because thinking back, he is a very, very loving father, a very loving husband. Actually, I didn't have any problem with him, like with other girls and all. I think I would say, and I'm proud that I'm the only woman in his
Yeah.
life. My utmost feeling is that I need to give my love for him by taking care of him during this
Sure.
and whatever what the future holds for us.
I mean, I so agree when you said that you don't want to have any regrets, because I think that's really key for anybody. Because I think as a whole, it's true, nobody really knows when the last moment is going to be. So that's such a powerful thing that like anyone can take on.
I'm so sorry. God, no, I want to say something, but I wanted to say something, and I say so I cannot bring it back. But so one thing is so important that when you say I'm doing this with lots of love, and because of the love, I don't feel that it is painful or it is difficult to be on this journey, and that's the only thing that I hope for Jamie, that of course none of us want to be a burden to our care partners, but also I know from all my friends and from also Jamie that when you care and you are using your love, you also has a way of enjoying me instead of suffering with me,
Yes,
and it makes a big difference to me to know that,
Yeah.
because if not, I will be so burdened myself to burden you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think for care partners, it's also important to know that if you do everything through love, I will feel it too, so that I don't suffer
yes,
that much. And one more
yeah.
point, when you mentioned, that was a good question about how do you find time for yourself. And the one thing as a person living with dementia is that I want my care partner to have a good time, because I still care and love about you. So if you can find some time, of course, when I need you, then I cannot
Yeah.
control my brain anymore.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need you to be there. But other times, generally, and most of the time, I like you to find time for yourself to go out and do things. In fact, for you, I said you go You
Yeah.
go to London, it's okay. You spend years there. It's
Yeah.
fine. And I think for most other partners as well, to know that people living with dementia would like care partners to really find time for themselves, look after their health, and go for a night out or something, as long as I have company.
Yeah.
Sorry to get into this area, but also, what is your greatest fear at the moment, Sally?
I think my greatest fear at the moment is the uncertainty of the future. When it gets to the point that it progressed to the maybe last stage, that is what I fear most. For me to decide later on if should we put him to the facility, which it pains me to be apart from me. So the uncertainty of what happens next is what I fear most. But having said that, I think what makes me at peace at the moment is just that it's I put all my trust in my God, that I can withstand and be steadfast for whatever difficult challenges in this journey, that I can really withstand whatever happens in the future. I leave it to God. I mean, whatever happens, and maybe I'll just cross the bridge when I get there. Meanwhile, I think I'll just enjoy whatever I mean, enjoy the moment, do what the best I can do. So I mean, the future, whatever comes in the future, then let's let God take care of it. That's what I think makes me at peace, knowing that my God will take care of me.
Right. Yeah. There is one thing that I have been trying to do, and I hope to have more support in, and that is to really voice out to the government that they have to try different ways of supporting us in the manner of, for example, housing. There should be facilities where the care partner can be with the member in a facility, and not just have homes where you put in, the person and then they are on their own. I think that is
Yeah.
the most painful thing for the person. If I am unable to accept it, it's so painful for me to have a change of environment,
Yeah.
and I have to live in quite a different situation.
And it would really be painful for me as well.
Correct.
That you're not with me,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I can't.
I completely
And
agree.
the amount of care that I want to give you, it becomes so much harder for me practically to like get there and meet you.
Right.
And of course, I'll do it, but the
Yeah.
logistical difficulty means,
So there are two facilities that Singapore is developing right now. One is already done in the Admiralty Kampong. And now the next one coming up is like the Port area, which we have not seen the plan. But I think that's something that I like to really push for with the government. It may not be for our time, but for the future of other generations, it is extremely important. Plus, they just have to look at plans where there are better areas where care partners can be provided for as well, with a fee, of course, but also maybe more facilities where you can have open visiting hours or camping hours,
yeah,
staying over,
Yeah.
maybe not every night, but facilities where you can camp over.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we can have
Yeah.
different parties, different days, like our tea parties that we have. But anyway, so those are the ideas that I've been pushing. And any point of time that we have opportunities to speak with somebody, I hope we can push that as well. And I really want to keep that in this podcast because we need other people to hear about it and also speak for us.
Yeah, I think that fear that you mentioned of having to make that decision of,
Yeah.
am I going to be able to care for this person, or am I going to have to be separated from this person? Like, I wouldn't want to be separated from my mom. That would be
Yeah.
so hard.
Yeah, but maybe it's not possible for a full facility where care partners can be there. But visiting hours and visiting camping hours and all that should be quite
Camping
fun.
hours, like overnight. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Like the phrasing.
I mean, speaking of facility and all, my fear is that would I be at peace, say, putting him in a facility? Will I be thinking that is he well taken care of? Is he okay? Is he in pain? Because you can't see him, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yes.
even just for a night, I mean,
Yeah.
thinking how is he and all, it pains you because you can't see him physically. So that's my most fear, whereby, because I mean, children wise, my children wise were thinking also of my health condition and all, because at the time I wouldn't know. I'm also maybe
Yes.
70 years old. I bet
Yeah.
I'm very, very old at that time. So I think they would know that I wouldn't be in good health also to take care of him.
I think that is the fear of every single person.
Mm.
And we never know, even if you're in great health, when I am in such a condition, I'm actually extremely heavy. And because I am unable to support you when you support me in the weight, there's no way, however strong you are,
Yeah.
even two persons to be able to move me around or carry or do things like that. So
Yeah.
those are the challenges. And
Yeah.
it is something for us to think about as well.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, and that's why I want to go and see the different type of facilities there are in Singapore, which is available. In fact, anywhere we go, in Holland, of course, we went to see the facilities as well. In Tasmania, they also have good facilities. But I think it's better to also have knowledge of what is available and how good or how bad they are. Because at some point of time, if it is not necessary for everybody, I really know this. But sometimes it is necessary, then we have a choice. But when it comes to
Mm.
say, oh, by the time come and I have to make a choice, then we may not have the
We don't
choices
have the,
because the
yeah.
Yeah, we
facilities are
don't have
very limited as well. Yeah. And
the
then also
choice
we're
is
not,
very limited.
yeah,
You end up no choice.
correct. And then we
That's
also
the
don't know
whole
what
point.
choices, like
Yes.
what are they, even if
We're
we
not
choose them.
aware. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I encourage people to go out and see different facilities and if possible, volunteers in different facilities as well, so that we really know the staff, we know the people, we know the culture and the ethos of the area. But thank you for
Feel the
that point.
environment.
Yeah. So for somebody who has just been diagnosed, what would your message be?
The best thing to do is to accept the diagnosis and then move on. Think of how would you handle the situation. Maybe seek help from certain organizations that can help you alleviate your situation. Maybe I'm not sure whatever kind of support you would like to have and all. I think there will always be like an organizations like yours, Allison, that are there to help and support those people diagnosed with dementia, like me, and then I think it made easier to accept. And as we go along, thinking that we have a family, we have a friends to help us and support us, we're able to cope for whatever difficult journey we are having.
Thank you. Is there anything else you like to add?
Yeah, I think especially Dan, this is actually a new thing for him because as I've mentioned, he's like a very private person. He doesn't really like socialize and all. But it's just this is a new thing for him because he's out there, socializing with others by dancing. I mean, I'm surprised he can dance, and I'm also surprised that he can sing, and he enjoys it very much. So I would continue to support him with this new thing of new interests of him. So I think that's one thing also for us to go on with our daily lives, and not just to be at home and like become more depressed. So it's just like one way of socializing and getting out of our shell, getting to meet other people, and able to share support and maybe like happiness, enjoy life.
Super. And if people watching you too, dancing and singing, think that you have been doing this all your life.
Yeah.
But you guys did beautifully or do beautifully. And you are actually encouraging a lot of other people to relax and dance as well. So thank you very, very much. Was
It's been
there
a long
something
time.
else that you
I didn't do any singing or dancing, so it's just like it happens. I mean, I would say I'm back just because of goodness of
yeah.
God.
Here
I'm
comes
back doing
Sally.
all these things.
Yes.
Super, super. And it's so good to see that Dan really enjoys that as well. I still remember the time when he said, dancing, maybe not because not the time. And now he's swinging.
Yeah.
So super to you.
I saw
So
some of our
Sally,
videos at this
last
Christmas.
point. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Christmas party was great.
The
Yeah.
Christmas party, yes, it was very fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw those videos, the singing and dancing. Yeah, that's nice. Very, very nice.
That's, yeah. That's great memory, right?
Yes.
Superb memory. So last point from you, Sally. What would you like to tell the world or anything that you want to say to anybody else?
Okay, I think I'm speaking of myself. Having a spouse diagnosed with dementia, I think the only thing we can do is accept it, embrace it, and do our best to make memories, beautiful memories with him, with your loved one, that to show your affection, your love, your care, everything, so that when the time comes, I mean, it's sad to say that we will all pass on. So I would think that doing my best to take care of him during these times and this journey until it takes, I don't know, the last days. I would just do whatever I can. I mean, to be with him, to care for him, let him feel whatever love I have, and that I would think that having these memories, beautiful memories, and meaningful memories with him doesn't have any. I wouldn't have any regrets that I mean, actually, it's also a blessing in disguise to have this kind of diagnosis of Dan, because when he has his heart attack, a second heart attack, actually, I just pray that, and I actually told myself that I wouldn't want to lose Dan like so suddenly. I have already this experience when my dad passed away. It was so sudden that I grieved for long, long years. I think it was like more than 4 years.
Yeah.
So I am not sure. Did I wish instead of like Dan having gone by having this sudden heart attack? I would prefer this situation whereby maybe slowly I can prepare myself and accept that he can just pass on. I wouldn't say it's easy to accept, but it's just that it's more comforting to know and to feel that before a loved one will pass, at
Yeah.
least, since it's not sudden and all, at least you have you have shared beautiful moments together, that when the time comes that one of you pass on, at least you don't have that kind of feeling that I should have done this, I should have done that. It was a feeling when my dad passed away. So
Yeah.
I'm still thankful for this kind of situation, that I can do my best to take care and show my love to them. A good thing, maybe it's a
Yeah.
good thing, because my mom was also in the same way. She's now bedridden. If I have to compare the situation of my dad, at least now with Dan and my mom, or I can show them how I love them before they have to pass on. When that happens, I would have a feeling of comfort, that I have done my best. I have showed them my love for them before they pass on.
So you take this like an opportunity
Yeah.
to show your love and to
Yeah,
share the
yeah,
moments. Yeah.
yeah.
And
I think that although it's very saddening that this kind of like journey, this kind of challenges, or this
Yeah.
kind of like painful situation, I would still say that I feel this is an opportunity for me in future when they're gone, then I wouldn't have any regrets, and more peaceful that I know that I have done my part in a meaningful way.
100%. Thank you. Thank you. That was, yeah, very well said.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I feel much the same way that, I'm so grateful for the time that I have with you. And that maybe that feeling wouldn't have been there so much if I wasn't made so aware of it.
You know. Thank you, Sally, so very, very much for that really, really intense sharing and so many great points to share with the people out there.
I wish I can also like be an encouragement for those people who in the same way are struggling with our loved one who's suffering from dementia and all, and that we remain to be steadfast in caring for them and withstand whatever difficult challenges on the way on this journey. Yeah.
Right. And there are support. And there's Sally and Dan to ever ready to support you.
Yeah.
If any of you have any other
Yeah.
questions, can put it in. And also, Sally and Dan at tea dances, and also already coming out to support new forums. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
Very grateful to have you, the YOD family, and of course a lot of like programs. It makes us aware and for seeking help with regards to whatever, like maybe finances, social services, and the rest is like, I would say that the government of Singapore is doing their very best to reach out reach out to whatever. It can be like dementia, cancer society or whatever, and maybe more to come. And of course your program and all, listen, I would say that it has helped me a lot in and taking comfort and to handle all the daily challenges of this journey. So without your support and caring and all these tea dancing programs and all, choir and all, I think I'm not sure what will happen to me just like inside the house with Dan and all. Maybe Dan has progressed to even more advanced states. I'm very, very grateful that I found you. Dan Wise also, because he has opened up in a way that although he's also becoming quieter, but when we go to this program and all, he's totally a different person. So it's a very, very big help for us. And we are very, very glad and happy, thankful and grateful.
Thank you very, very much, Sally.